the reasons for success of ISRO is also, apart from the fact that ISRO has brilliant scientists and brilliant engineers and everything, it reports directly to the Prime Minister. Yes. There is nothing in between. The chairman of ISRO reports to the Honorable Prime Minister. So whatever he wants, he picks up the phone and says, "Sir, I want this." PM says, "Okay, done." There is no file movement. There is nothing in between. It's a clean this thing. Do you think that
we'll have to cut the chain?
You have to cut the chain,
yes,
sir.
Yes. We have to reduce the bureaucratic layers in between.
So the chairman DRDO, let us say, because HAL will come under DRDO, sir. Chairman DRDO reports directly to the Prime Minister.
He could be under RM or somebody, and he could directly have a connection with the PMO, because the strategic decisions which have to be taken on spur of the moment to hasten things up should not be moving in normal manners on files and other things. That is my take. Yes.
Like there is this very deep urgency that I've seen when you talk to anybody from ISRO. There is this sense of urgency. No, we have to send a manned mission to space. And everybody there at ISRO, sir, they are on this steroid hyper mode.
Yes.
And nothing is stopping ISRO.
Air Force we call it mission mode. So everybody is in a mission mode.
Mission mode. बिल्कुल mission mode.
तो mission mode पे होना चाहिए. और हर आदमी पूरे ecosystem में ownership लेनी चाहिए. That this is my project, this is my country, this will affect our readiness of our country, my part in this whole story is one. So that should be known to everybody. In other countries, developed countries, the corporates attend the National Defence College. The corporate people, bright people, are picked up and sent to staff colleges to higher command courses. Because when at that level, colonel level, they have worked with Fauj for 1 year, or at brigadier level when they have done NDC together, the corporate people. So one suggestion I have is to pick up bright L&T, Mahindra, Adani, these people, Tatas, and put them for a course with the services. So when you eat, sleep, drink, talk, walk, listen with them, your orientation and you may have 100 questions which in one meeting or in one call you cannot clarify. So there is a merit in having, and for that matter, the government should identify specialists amongst bureaucracy who they channelize that they will hereafter be in space, in missile, in defense, in nuclear. And they should thereafter be earmarked for that vertical and spend time with the professionals. What happens when you grow up, say a director level or a GS level person who has been earmarked to be with Fauj. Now thereafter he is only dealing with the uniformed people of that particular, because he's been told that this is the line you will have to take.
Yes, sir.
Or vice versa, the people from services should be deputed onto this side to say that hereafter you will sit in MOD and you will be an interface between the services and the DRDO. And this is the project you have to take over. So one of these models, whatsoever.
Now, sir, referring back to what the chief said, and this is my last question, sir. The chief, 40 years, 40 pages. We know that, sir. And of course, I think the main concern for the chief was also depleting squadron strength, sir. Now, we've been told 42 for a very long time, so everybody's been on this figure 42. I want to ask you, and this is my last question of the program, sir. Where did this figure of 42 come in? When did it come in, sir? Number one. And is it relevant today, looking at the collusive threat between China and Pakistan?
See, the assessment is done periodically. And this was assessed. But when it was assessed 42, we had aircrafts which were mainly MiG-21s, MiG-23s. But today, the capability of a Rafale or a Su-30 is at least 3 to 4 times of these conventional aeroplanes. So though the squadron strength is reduced, but the lifting capability or the ability to deliver on target has not depleted as much as what we are saying. Now, coming to a question of 42 is a figure which is the sanctioned approval by the government. The government approves. The figure of increasing the squadrons is already been worked on and has been lying with the government to enhance this figure, considering the threat which has especially come up in...
How much, sir?
That I'll not be able to put a figure at this stage.
Sure. Okay, sir. And I understand, because then you would be quoted that, he has said this and this, but I was speaking, let me quote, sir, what I've learned from a lot of very senior Air Force veterans, and all of them put the figure conservatively above 55 at least, 52 to 55, and they're saying that. But that is their view, sir, and we respect everybody's views.
Correct.
Thank you very much, sir. It was wonderful talking to you, and I learned so much. That is the beauty of this podcast. You have all these senior military officers coming, and then they speak to you, and you listen, and you ask them questions. Where will I get this opportunity, sir?
This thing is that more and more young people seeing your podcast,
sir,
should see that this is an opportunity for us.
Sir.
My whole purpose today of speaking to you is that if some young boys and girls are listening to this podcast, they should feel that this is an area where there's an opportunity to get into some research, to get into some defense company, to get into some of these verticals where they can make a career out of it.
Thank you very much for talking to us.